All right, welcome to the A8Manager 2.5 release teaser number 3. If I'd go over some of the new stuff here. When you select a text editable field, it will initially highlight the whole thing so you don't have to erase things to replace it. Also added the ability to reorder presets in the preset list here. In the future, I'll add drag and drop, but currently you can move a preset up or down. So if we want to move that guy up and want to move that guy up again, you can keep doing that. Of course, I'm just moving him now, but if we want to change the order of them, let's say we want to move this guy down to the bottom here, we can move him down twice. So yeah, this was a feature request from somebody who puts together a series of presets for a set that they're playing. So hopefully that'll be useful. Like I said, we'll add drag and drop for that at some point. Also, I've added the explode option, which is a feature that let's go ahead and clear that out. A feature that is on the assimilator. So if we were to take and load a sample into this channel, and we would select explode here, we can explode it into two channels up to the 8 channels. So let's just do 8 channels here. Sorry about that, my phone. What it's done now is it's loaded this sample into all of the channels and selected 1/8 of the sample for each of those channels. That's that. So then if we, let's see, we'll revert that back here. And let's go ahead and load that guy up over here. We have the same option over here. We can explode across zones. So we can explode across those 8 zones. And again, it's put it into each of those zones and set the sample and loop length to be 1/8 of that. Along with that, there's a flip option which is available on the unit as well, which will invert the order of these. So if we do that, we now see that 1 is the last section, and going up in the zones here, we have all of those like that. So let's see, explode. Oh, and lastly is the MIDI setup editor. Previously, of course, when the Lakotas came out, added this so that you can select which of the MIDI setups you want to use for this preset. But you still had to edit them on the unit. So now we have the MIDI setups editor here. You can see that it's got all of the appropriate fields here with all of the data in them. And just like on the regular software, you can drag these guys to change them if you want, or you can just pop that up and select from there as well. When you've edited something, it shows you on the tab which MIDI setups have been edited. And if you click cancel with something edited, like the other software with the presets, if you've edited something, it prompts you to say, hey, if you continue with this, you're going to lose what you did. Otherwise, go back here and cancel and save that. So from here, we have the normal options. Also, up here in the parameters, of course, we have the normal options like we do here. We can clone a parameter into one or all of the MIDI setups. Let's make that guy multi, and then we'll clone him over to 2. There you go. See, 2 is updated now as well. And of course, we can set those to defaults, and we can revert that back to what it was in the beginning. And then if you want to revert the whole thing, from this menu here, we can do that. We can revert all of the data back to that. We can clone this guy to all of our one of the setups or all of the setups. And it shows which ones have changed. So obviously these last ones here are the same as this originally, so there wasn't any changes. And we can, of course, use the revert option on each of these pages here, like so. And that's it. So now you can edit your MIDI setups here with all of the normal editor features are available. Scroll dragging, of course, to change these values, etc., etc. I'm going to continue on that. So that's it. I think I'm going to possibly do a couple more items. Let me see what I got here. the remove unused samples from preset folder options. So if you want to get rid of any WAV files, any audio files that are in your preset folder but aren't being used by a preset, put that in. Going to make this a little more intuitive over here, maybe with a highlighting the entry when you mouse over it, and then if you assign that to something, maybe give it like a little blink to show you that something happened with it. And I think I'm going to try to get mouse wheel support in for the scrolling of these options. I think that's it. That way I can get this out, and I think what's in it now is really useful, especially the audio conversion stuff that allows you to drag in AIFF files, FLAC, MP3 OGGs, etc., and have them converted to the right format for the assimilator. And so yeah, maybe a week or less to get this out, and then I'll be thinking about some other things. Yeah, one of the things was the assimilator, along with Explode and Flip, has an option called Chop, which it uses transient detection to do the slicing up here. Since I don't have access to that actual algorithm, I can't implement that because it would give the, if I call it Chop, then everyone will think it's going to work the same. So I'll have to come up with my own transient detection algorithm, and I'll call it Slice or something like that. And that won't be in this release. That'll probably be in a subsequent one not too long from now. So, yay!